The Kempeitai, which means Military Police Corps, was the military police arm of the Imperial Japanese Army from 1881 to 1945. It was not an English-style military police, but a French-style gendarmerie.
Specially trained in interrogation methods, its task was to crush all resistance to military rule, and it had powers to arrest and extract information from civilians and military alike. How were they related to the Japanese occupation of Singapore?
In Zainan, which is in Singapore, the Kempeitai came under the jurisdiction of the Ministry of War. Its head was Lieutenant Colonel Masayaki Oishi, with his headquarters at YMCA in Stamford Road, which also served as the East District branch. The Kempeitai jail was in Outram, with branches in Stamford Road, Chinatown, the Central Police Station, a residence at the intersection of Smith Street and New Beach Road formed the Kempeitai West District branch. Under Colonel Oishi were 200
regular Kempeitai officers and another 1,000 auxiliaries who were mostly young, rough peasant soldiers.
How are the people of Singapore involved? During the cleanup operations to purge anti-Japanese elements in the early days of the Japanese occupation of Singapore, many massacres of civilians, especially Chinese, took place. The massacres were executed under the supervision of the Kempeitai with the Hojo Kempei, which means auxiliary military police, being employed to carry out the actual shooting under orders of a Kempeitai officer.
Why were they involved? Those arrested by the Kempeitai were presumed guilty and had little options for receiving civilian help and no appeal for clemency. Should they be released from one Kempeitai branch, they could be re-arrested by another soon after. The Kempeitai officer was police investigator, prosecutor, judge, jury, and executioner. Often, long quiet sessions of interrogation would be used as long as the Kempeitai received the required answers. If these were not forthcoming, the Kempeitai would use various brutal methods of interrogation to extract a confession of guilt. Tortures were executed to the limit of human endurance or to the point of death, with survivors arresting to these various methods.
Now you will be hearing a recording of some of the tortures that the Kempeitai officers and guards uses to extract information from their prisoners.
First question we don't even know and begin to torture us.
Tell me, who is your leader?
I don't know!
Fine. Let's begin the water torture.
The Kempai began the water torture.
The victim was tied down and laid flat on the ground.
No, please, I don't know.
Water was forced into her mouth and nose until the victim's stomach becomes distended.
Water will be forced out by jumping on the victim's stomach until she lost consciousness. She is revived and the process repeated again.
Ha 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 ha! Look how bloated you are. Squish!
I woke up with my hands tied and I was blindfolded. I could hear them lighting cigarettes and I saw a spark through the blindfold. They were electric ones.
I love burning and electric shocks.
No! No!
The scream resounded through the walls in the cell of torture. Live electric wires, candles, lighted cigarettes, boiling oil and boiling water were applied to the sensitive parts of the victim's body.
A type of torture is eardrum piercing. The sharp ends of pencils or something as sharp and long were inserted into the victim's ear until they were pierced the victim's eardrums.
Here's the recount of Australian Lieutenant Rodwell who went through such torture. He described his treatment by the Kempeitai at Sandakan.
The Kempai produced a small piece of wood like a meat skewer, pushed that into my left ear and tapped it in with a small hammer. I think I fainted some time after it went through the drum. I remember the last excruciating sort of pain, and I must have gone out for some time because I was revived with a bucket of water. Eventually, it healed, but of course, I couldn't hear again. I have never been able to hear since. This is
The end.
Ow! Video!
Thank you.